Welcome back to this second video about the gut microbiome. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and emerging areas of research, the gut-brain axis. This is the connection between our gut and our brain, where gut bacteria in our digestive system can actually influence our mood, mental health, and even how we think and feel. We will explore how the gut and brain communicate, what the latest research says, and why this connection could be a game changer for understanding conditions like anxiety, depression, and more. So grab a seat and let's dig deeper into the powerful link between your gut and your brain. The gut-brain axis is one of the most exciting and complex areas of gut microbiome research. Simply put, it's the two-way communication system between your gut and your brain. But how does this connection actually work? It turns out that the trillions of microbes in your gut aren't just digesting food. They're actively producing a range of compounds that influence your entire body, including your body. The gut-brain axis is one of the most exciting and complex areas of gut microbiome research. Simply put, it's the two-way communication system between your gut and your brain. But how does this connection actually work? It turns out that the trillions of microbes in your gut aren't just digesting food. They're actively producing a range of compounds that influence your entire body, including your brain. Some of the key players in this communication are short-chain fatty acids, which are produced when gut bacteria break down fiber. These fatty acids don't just support gut health, they can also travel through the bloodstream and influence brain function. That's just the start. Your gut microbiota can also impact the production of hormones like peptide YY, glucagon-like peptides, cholecystokinin, leptin, and ghrelin, which help regulate appetite, metabolism, and energy balance. These hormones send signals to your brain about whether you're full or hungry, directly affecting how much we eat and how our body manages energy. Then we have neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that directly impact mood and behavior. Did you know that your gut can produce about 90% of your body's serotonin, a key player in regulating mood and anxiety? Well, bacteria also help produce gamma-aminobutyric acid, dopamine, and other neurotransmitters that influence how we feel. And it doesn't stop there. The gut also produces trimethylamine N oxide, abbreviated into TMAO, and secondary bile acids, which have been linked to inflammation and cardiovascular health, showing us that gut bacteria are connected to processes well beyond digestion. So, the gut-brain axis is more than just a communication highway. It's a complex network where gut bacteria produce metabolites that influence not just our digestive system, but our brain, mood, metabolism, and overall health. Our gut microbiota is a vast ecosystem of trillions of microbes that play essential roles in health. A fascinating process here is quorum sensing, where bacteria communicate and coordinate based on their population density, helping keep the gut balanced. The gut-brain axis, another key concept, links our microbes to brain health. Through immune signals and the vagus nerve, gut microbes can influence our mood and cognitive functions, impacting conditions like anxiety and depression. The microbiota also produces, as we said before, short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs, by breaking down dietary fiber. These SCFAs especially butyrate, reduce inflammation and support the gut lining, showing just how crucial fiber is for a healthy microbiome. Finally, we see strategies like prebiotics and probiotics, which help nourish this ecosystem, and emerging research is working to unlock even more ways our microbiota can support health. Supporting it with a balanced, fiber-rich diet is one of the best steps toward overall health. Let's take a look at this table, which summarizes the potential links between different bacterial phyla and two key areas: obesity and mental health. As you can see, the phyla, Firmicutes, Bacteroidetes, and Proteobacteria have all been associated with both obesity and mental health outcomes. These are some of the dominant players in the gut, and their roles have been studied extensively. However, as we've discussed earlier, evaluating bacteria purely at the phylum level can be a bit misleading. Why? Well, because within each phylum there's a huge variety of bacteria with very different effects on our health. For instance, in the Firmicutes group, we have families that are beneficial, like Lactobacilliaceae, but also harmful ones, such as Clostridiaceae. So, while we see that Firmicutes are linked to both obesity and mental health issues, we can't assume that all members of this phylum contribute in the same way. Moving down the list, we see that phyla like Verrucomicrobia and Tenericutes are less researched, with some showing connection with mental health, but not obesity, or vice versa. Cyanobacteria, often known for species like Spirulina, appear to be involved in both areas as well. It's also worth noting that phyla like Eurychaeota and Fusobacteria have more limited data, meaning their roles in these conditions are still unclear. So, while this table provides an interesting overview, it's important to remember that bacteria behave very differently depending on their specific family, genus, or even species. This is why focusing solely on the phylum level can oversimplify things and lead to generalizations that may not reflect the true diversity of bacterial functions in our gut. This other table gives us a fascinating look at the gut bacteria found in different phyla and their potential links to obesity and mental health. As you can see, the bacterial families are organized by phylum, with each family color-coded: green for mostly positive health effects, red for mostly negative, and black indicating mixed effects. Starting with the green labeled bacteria like Bifidobacteriaceae and Lactobacteriaceae, these are generally beneficial and have been associated with lower obesity risk and better mental health. They play a key role in gut health, potentially by producing metabolites that reduce inflammation. In contrast, bacteria labeled in red, such as Streptococcaceae and Enterobacteriaceae, are linked with negative health outcomes. For example, Enterobacteriaceae, which includes Escherichia coli, is often linked to inflammation, which can negatively impact both physical and mental health. The table also highlights bacteria with mixed effects, shown in black, like Alkaligenaceae. These bacteria may have varied effects on health depending on their factors in the gut environment. Overall, this table emphasizes the complexity of the gut microbiota. Different bacterial families can impact our health in varied ways, and understanding this ecosystem can help us find ways to improve both mental and physical health. One of the most notable bacterial families that populate our gut is Verrucomicrobiaceae, which includes Akkermansia mucinifila. Akkermansia has been widely researched for its role in strengthening the gut barrier. Akkermansia mucinifila is a beneficial gut bacterium that's gained a lot of attention recently for its role in maintaining a healthy gut lining. This unique microbe feeds on the mucus layer of the gut, which sounds unusual, but it actually strengthens the gut barrier by producing mucus. This barrier helps prevent harmful substances from leaking into the bloodstream, a condition known as leaky gut. Akkermansia is often found in higher amounts in people with balanced metabolic health. In fact, low levels of this bacterium are linked to conditions like obesity, inflammation, and even type 2 diabetes. So, how do we support akkermansia? Studies suggest, again, that a diet rich in fiber, especially prebiotics, found in foods like onions, garlic, and whole grains, can help promote its growth. Some evidence even suggests that akkermansia may help reduce body weight and inflammation, making it a potential target for future therapies. In short, nurturing Akkermansia mucinifila through a fiber-rich diet is one way to support our health and overall wellness. There are also probiotics on the market that contain this bacterium, making them some of the most innovative options I've seen in a very long time. An interesting reason to study gut bacteria is its potential link to mental health, especially in cases of major depressive disorder or MDD. About 30% of people with MDD don't respond to traditional antidepressants, suggesting that other factors beyond brain chemistry might be involved. The gut microbiota may influence mental health by affecting inflammation, stress response, and even neurotransmitter production. Certain gut bacteria can produce metabolites that cross into the brain, impacting mood and stress levels. This research could lead to new treatments for those with MDD who haven't found relief from existing medications, highlighting the gut-brain connection as a promising field for mental health. Depression and obesity are often linked, but this relationship isn't consistent across everyone. Some people with depression don't experience weight change, while others might gain or lose weight. This variability suggests that multiple factors, genetic, psychological, and biological, are involved. To better understand this complex relationship, researchers are now calling for experimental studies. By measuring mood, appetite, and body composition, while manipulating specific biologic pathways, we can start to pinpoint how these factors interact. This type of research could help identify new ways to support both mental health and physical wellness, especially for individuals experiencing both depression and obesity. There's a strong link between gut health and mental health, particularly in conditions like IBS or irritable bowel syndrome. Many people with IBS also experience mental health challenges, especially anxiety and depression. Studies have shown that individuals with both IBS and depression tend to have lower gut microbiome diversity, which can influence overall health. Certain bacteria like Prevotella and Bacteroides are often more abundant in those with both IBS and mental health challenges. This imbalance may drive inflammation, disrupting the body's stress response system, particularly the HPA axis, which helps regulate cortisol. When cortisol isn't properly managed, it can lead to worsened mental health outcomes. Understanding this gut-brain connection is crucial in developing more effective treatments for people dealing with both digestive and mental health issues. And that's all for today, folk. In our next video, we'll dive into strategies to support and enhance your gut microbiota. And as usual, if you like this video, click on the like button. And if you're watching it on YouTube, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.